everyone. I am Barış from Turkey. My topic is opinions of classroom teachers working in primary school without school counselors on the conduct of counseling services. I would like to briefly talk about the background of this study. I am working as a research assistant at Gaziantep University Department of Classroom Teacher. The other author of I could work as a research assistant in the guidance department of the same university. Before I became a research assistant, I worked as a classroom teacher in primary school for about 5 years. These schools were village schools, and there were not school councils in these schools. This was a serious challenge for us in running the guidance services, because the guiding service is a comprehensive service with many dimensions. I shared this experience with my friends, who is the other author of this study, and given the potential of this topic to be a research topic, we both decided to investigate it. My professional experience and my friends' academic knowledge in this field encouraged us to carry out this study. Introduction section. Guidance services are an integral part of the education system, with activities such as orientation, measurement and evaluation, and placement in school according to the students' interests and abilities. Every school is required to carry out guidance services. However, some primary schools in Turkey don't have a school counselor to carry out the guidance service. Due to the current number of students, their location far from the center, usually these are village schools, and the lack of adequate appointments in employing school counselors. The fact that every school has an obligation to carry out the guidance service, but not every school has a school counselor, brings with it a paradox that is difficult to solve. Of course, carrying out guidance services is not the duty of the school counselors alone, but the common mission of the whole school. However, the limited guidance training that teachers from different branches, especially classroom teachers, receive in the teacher training program is not enough to carry out this mission independently, but to support it. To put it simply, it is thought that the teachers in other branches cannot carry out all aspects of the guidance services loaded on each school comprehensively without the professional of this field. It has been a matter of curiosity how the situation, which was seen as problematic by us, turned into a reality in the field. In order to satisfy our curiosity, we decided to carry out this study in order to understand the way in which primary school teachers who don't have school counselor conduct these services. A detailed literature review hasn't found such a research topic from this perspective. In this direction, the purpose of this study is to try to reveal how classroom teachers working in primary school without school counselor carry out guidance services, what kind of difficulties they are encounter, and in which situation they need the support of school counselor. For this purpose, of the questions of this research are as follows: how do classroom teachers who work in primary schools without school counselor evaluate their self-efficacy regarding guidance services? In addition, what kind of difficulties do classroom teachers in this situation encounter in this process, and what suggestions do they offer to overcome these difficulties? Method section. This research was conducted as a case study. The participants of this study consist of 8 classroom teachers working in 3 public primary schools in 2 different provincial districts of a metropolitan city in Turkey. Data collection. The data of this study were collected through a semi-structured interview in the fall semesters of the 2019-2020 academic year. In the creation of this interview form, it was created as a result of the literature review, and the pool of questions obtained was presented to the opinions of 3 different field experts. Corrections were made in line with the opinions of the experts, and then, as a result of the field interviews with the classroom teachers, a 10-question form was reached. Afterwards, in the interview were held with the participants for between 15 and 25 minutes. These interviews were recorded with the permission of the participants. The recordings of the interviews were first transcribed by both researchers, and the generated transcripts were compared. As a result of this, the researchers conducted content analysis independently on the common transcript, and quotes and terms were compared. In this way, we think that we contribute to the credibility and dependability of the study by making research triangulation. Next, sectional results. As a result of this research, 4 themes were reached as a result of data analysis. When we examine the table, it is seen how the classroom teachers perceive their duties and responsibilities in the sense of guidance. It is understood that they perceive these serves as containing the existing program prepared by the Minister of National Education. Considering the difficulties they face, it is seen that they have difficulties in identifying behavioral disorders and developing a reaction against it. They evaluated undergraduate education in terms of fulfilling these duties and responsibilities. It is understood that they consider undergraduate education insufficient in terms of lack of practice. Next is guidance activities carried out and contribution of these activities. It has been revealed that the guidance activities carried out contribute to the teacher, student, and teaching process. Next thing is situation where classroom teacher need the support of the school counselor. It is seen that the classroom teachers participate in the study need the support of a school counselor in terms of students, families, and improving the school's climate in positive way. The last them is suggestions of classroom teachers for more effective conduct of guidance services. It is seen that the participants of the study developed especially practice-based suggestions for both undergraduate education and in-service training, so that they can carry out a better guidance service as a classroom teacher. Last section is suggestions. We have some suggestions to the politics from results of this research. Of course, our first suggestion is to appoint a school counselor to each school as the use of facilities is forced. If primary schools where school counselors cannot be provided will continue to be in effect as a long-term policy, the inclusion of an implied or internship-based course that will increase the knowledge and skills of the classroom teachers who will work in this school and provide them with practical skills in their teacher education. In addition, in the current situation, this personnel can be included in service training programs so that all personnel working in these schools can carry out this training in cooperation to reach better results. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye-bye.